when you look to the overview of the entire everything in in the world, everything is really mind. For example, what we call in the world, things good for us, things bad to us. When you think that, who is deciding good for us and good for bad, good for the or not good? Think about that. It's all mind. Mind is making decisions. Things good for us, things good for that. It's not something from outside coming. I'm good for you, I'm bad for you. It's nothing from outside. It's ultimately one's own decisions, one's own compromise. Sorry. This is mine too, I think. That's it, but it came. So, things good for us, things bad. Or what things to be accepted, what things to be rejected. Those are the things. So this, again, is mind. I mean, think carefully. This is not just an order or something. Talking is really just, we have to make sure everything is a mind. Like that. And then, for example, in the Buddha's teaching, what Buddha gave first teachings? Four Noble Truth teachings. Four Noble Truth teaching. Is Four Noble Truth teaching is outside? Of course, on the book reading, but really is outside. That is, again, is the mind. What are Four Noble Truth teachings? Have you look. Four Noble Truth teaching, suffering truths. So who is experiencing suffering? That truth, truly experience suffering or difficulty, challenges. It's our mind, related with mind, completely. And what is cause of suffering truths? Cause of suffering truths. What that cause? Again, is that outside? No. Cause of suffering truth is all the negative emotions. Negative emotions. Ignorance, attachment, anger, and jealousy, hatred, all that. So it's not outside. It's with mind. And then the path truths. Who is following the path? Who is following the path? And such as the 5 paths, or even the 8 noble paths. Think of those 8 noble paths. Everything, no matter whatever the explanation, what is detailed, thoroughly, and practical, and so clearly, precisely painted, everything, if it comes down, is all mind. So that means talking about the mind again. All is about the mind. So path. And then 5 paths. Accumulation path, application path, seeing path, meditation path, no more starting path. Again, if we look ultimately, it's mind. It's nothing outside. And then as well as 10 Bhumis. Looks at all those different stages and all these things. Again, it's mind. There's nothing else outside. All connected with mind. Then if you go up in the mind-only school, of course, we learn that. What Buddha said also. All noble children, entirely this 3 realm is mind. 3 realm is mind. He said, everything entirely this 3 realm. The desire realm, form realm, formless realm. That is mind. How that started, as we learned the last time, we mentioned many times, and you will know too. This is due to the 3 habit patterns. All that started. That habit pattern started from the beginner's time. Time we diluted. Time we diluted. Time we had the divisions between Buddha, Samana, and ourselves. That time we started developing. We carried with the force of our displays and grasping, clinging, holding, and then went on and on. Went on and on. And then all these things. So it's all mind. This is not just this mind-only school. From mind-only school, all way to the Dzogchen teaching. Everything is mind. That's what here great master is pointing out, is all perception of the appearance is mind. All is mind, pointing out this. And it is therefore, there's famous tantra called Dorje Korje Tantra. And they also said, beyond or beside the mind, there is no samsara, there is no nirvana. Or here, and beside the precious mind, there is no Buddha, no sentient beings. That's it. So all this, that means samsara display, nirvana display, all that start with this mind. Therefore, mind is so important. Mind is jewel of everything, ruler of everything, producer of everything, and mind is experienced by mind. Mind back to mind. That's how we continually carry. For that reason, in the Buddha teaching, always mentioned diluted. It is all diluted. Delusions. This delusion is magical display according to Vajrayana teachings. If we don't have the grasping, clinging, and we don't begin to suffer with that, it's magical displays. This magical display is never going to end. When you reach the enlightenment time, when you become the Buddha, this time, this magic display, this display will become the magical display of enlightenment environments. But that time is not really suffering, not struggling, not clashing each other. It's all enlightened status. So this is how it is. And then in the Madhyamaka schools, and such as great Master Chandrakirti also said, I mean, not just everyone, one from the mind only school, all the way to the Dzogchen, everything is really the mind. And this great master said, through the power of the mind, created the karmas, he said. Karmas. And then created everything related with that. If there is no jewel in mind, that is all the delusion display, karma will be ended. That time ended. So this is the how. And then when we come to the Vajrayana teachings, such as the Inner Tantras teaching or the Vajrayana teaching, what called? Three. In the Vajrayana teaching, Mahayoga teaching, what is it called? Three, again we spoke, three Vajra status. Vajra form, Vajra sound, Vajra mind. Again, if you look this carefully, it's mind. It's only you have to discovered by the mind. It is the mind's display. So it's not something that outside, separate things. It's all started with mind. And then in the Anuyoga teaching, what's called? Three mandalas. Mandalas of the Buddha Samyutta Badri, mandala of the Buddha Samyutta Badri, male or female, and their displays or the emanations. Again, it is mind, display of the nature of the mind. All mind. And in the Dzogchen teaching, we are going through. All is a display of the three kayas. Three kaya is not outside. Three kaya is within our nature of the mind. That again, this great master pointed out again and again. So therefore, all these things is really nothing but the mind. And then in samsara, we are caught with this, with the dualities. We are principally what? In the samsara, we are caught by the power of the mind, such as known as feeling and ideas. These ideas. Idea, or I translate it as feeling, or idea can be translated perceptions too. This perception and the ideas are so big, so important. It is the mind. But where we cling and grasping and holding, this is the powerful engine, powerful tool to rule, run and maintain the samsaras. The feeling and the ideas or the perceptions. And the feeling is so important. Generally, the first is so important for us is feeling for the samsara beings. That is immediately important. And feeling. And among that, of course, there is so many feelings, kind of divided according to 6 senses. But among that, good feelings, important. Bad feelings we like to reject, we like to avoid. And in order to achieve that, or in order to do that, then we stop. Feelings are the number one important in the samsara. And when the feeling is a little comfortable, it's just, of course, roughly, then idea is very important. The idea is, that is the belief, or the will, belief, that belief, this is. Nothing externally really existing. It's something that outwardly is everything. But it is all mental created. Idea is important. So important. Idea is more stronger than even the feeling. Feeling. When the feelings are a little comfortable, what's it called? When you have the nice roof on the head and the bread on the bread, nice bread to the tummy, that is then good for the feelings. That's the feeling. But once that is comfortable, idea is so important. The belief is important. Then we struggle. We fight. That's it. Then all the look to the world, most of the disasters, the difficult troubles are coming because of an idea or the belief. It's not something really happening externally, coming here, do this, do that. It's all these ideas. That's what in the teachings, in the samsara is run by the truth, the feeling and the idea or the perceptions. And through that, what it comes? Known as creating the karmas. Then all the acting back and forth, all that is as like interdependent coordination, related to each others, and running through, and maintaining, recycling, and reactivating, and moving, again igniting, and then all these thoughts. So fundamentally, again looking, this all starts with the mind. And mind, feeling is mind, perception, the idea or the belief is mind. Mind, that's the hub. And therefore, now we like to go beyond that turbulence, beyond that hurricanes, beyond that thunderstorms. And then behind that what? Behind that is empty. Even the perception and or even the feeling and this idea of belief, if you look, it's empty. There's no substantial, solid, existing anything. And for this reason, great masters here said in some other teachings, say, because it is produced by mind. Mind is empty. There's no solid existing mind. Therefore, whatever display of the mind is empty. The only what is a mistake, we grasping, we clinging, we act with that grasping, clinging. Then we get the consequence. That's the whole trouble. So this is what this great master is pointing out, one after another, because I said so many times, when we meditate, we need confidence. We need courage. We need confidence. Confidence is certainty wisdom. Certainty wisdom brings confidence because you see, that's the truth. I mean, there's nothing to linger, nothing to hesitate, nothing to kind of pull back. It is. I have to do it. And then with that confidence, we need courage. Courage, as I said, we're changing the course of the habit pattern that carried so many lifetimes until now. We're changing that. And there is not always easy, not always kind of like simple. Sometimes it's challenging, but say courage and commitment. That's what also in the Buddha teaching, what's called bodhisattvas. Sattva means courageous. Courageous ones for the enlightenment. That's what is also called warriors. Like warriorship for the enlightenment. Bravery for the enlightenment. Bring joy and bring up love and compare kindness. It's also not easy. It's not easy, not simple. Bring that quality, bring back that. Therefore, courage and commitment. If we know the value and the importance and need of that, then stand tall and firm and strong with that realization. That is known as the courageous ones, enlightenment. So therefore, I mean, all this is the display of the mind. Mind, I mean, with this realization, and then we go here back to the text. So